Hi everybody, this is SAAD. As you can see from my face, I'm quite tired today, having hosted a wonderful symposium on evolutionary consumption yesterday, then went out to dinner with the invited speakers, and then this morning I had a chat on my show with Marty Hazelton, one of the invited speakers, who recently published a book. So we discussed this on my show. So it's been a busy few days, and I was planning on sitting back and resting a bit. I also think I'm getting a bit of a cough. But then went on Twitter, and as usually happens when you go on Twitter, you face the endless tsunami of lunacy. And in this case, the less than rational source of information was coming from my buddy Jordan Peterson. It is difficult for me to not criticize someone's position simply because I like them, I respect them, and I only say this now as a preface because someone will write, "But bruh, I thought you were friends. But bruh, I thought you had complicity with one another." Yes, there are many things that I appreciate about Jordan, and then there are some positions that we disagree on. Here is one of them. So several people that run in our circle have been saying the perfectly incorrect things regarding the Brett Kavanaugh matter. And so at one point, Jordan tweets the following: "If confirmed, Kavanaugh should step down." Nice. To which I responded, "I must strongly disagree with my man Jordan Peterson on this one. Step down on which grounds? I was assaulted by Hillary Clinton at some point at some place. I think that she should move to Siberia for national healing. Seems fair, no?" Then later I went after Seth MacFarlane for taking similar positions. I accused him of the assault that I faced at his hands, and I started a hashtag, "I believe Dr. SAAD." So hopefully this rich, privileged white man, Seth MacFarlane, will be punished, because we know that I couldn't be telling a lie since I am a war refugee and he's a rich white male. But to go back to Jordan, it really amazes me, just at its face value, that he would take this position. Step down because of what? He's been convicted of nothing. He's been shown to have done nothing wrong. There's not a single piece of corroborated evidence that suggests that he's done anything wrong. But what is more incredible is that both Jordan and I, but luckily for me and maybe less so for him, we've been the recipients of a lot of unwarranted attacks. Some of you might remember that when Jordan and I were speaking with Oren Amate at an event where we were accused of being white nationalists, neo-Nazi anti-Semites. I'm from Lebanon and I'm Jewish. Of course, Jordan has been accused of all sorts of erroneous things. So here's someone who's been accused of endless erroneous things that are unbelievably unfair to him, that would make certainly me come out and support him. Many of you remember that Jordan had first reached out to me a few years ago when he was going through his gender pronoun stuff, and I had invited him on my show. Why? Because I thought that he was taking a principled stand on this matter, and no other academics were coming to his defense, and so I was more than happy to defend him. And then, of course, we then developed a friendship, and we appeared in some events together, and so on and so forth. And since he's, of course, become very prominent, and that's wonderful. But with that prominence comes the responsibility to be on the right side of issues. And I don't mean that as a dogmatic thing. If whatever position I hold is right, whatever position you hold is wrong. Not at all. Brett Kavanaugh has not been found to have done anything incorrectly in his life, right? Therefore, there's absolutely no reason for him to step down from anything. And again, to repeat, that Jordan would say that this man should step down despite the fact that he's gone through 93 million FBI investigations, endless possible oversights of his every intricate minutia of his life, and nothing's been found against him. I mean, it's astonishing. Step down, really? And you're the person who's been attacked by so many people unfairly, and you can't use theory of mind and put yourself in the mind of this. Do you remember, Jordan, when some guy had written unfair things about you and you became quite, volatile on Twitter and swore at him and threatened violence? Do you remember all that? So the same person who responded in such a forceful manner because you were accused of, and with all due respect, as well known as you've become, your story, your reality, your platform is nothing compared to what Brett Kavanaugh is facing. So if you could become so unhinged when someone unfairly accuses you of being a racist and, an alt-right guy, and you react angrily, you can't now appreciate that he might also feel incredibly aggrieved, and therefore you wouldn't be on his side defending him? Disappointing, my man. Still love you, but disappointing. Cheers.